As you can see, Jean de Villiers was given a shot of being the interior decorator. Every weekend there's a brawl.
Is it going to happen that, he's maybe just going to get punched?
Is that chair still fine?
Yeah?
No brandy just yet.
Yeah, no brandy, no brandy.
No brandy.
You're not eating anything. You're just talking about the drinks.
Yeah.
They need to sort out the season first, the structuring of competitions, before you look at the other elements of it.
If we had to do a premature adjudication, remember that? A premature.
Come again?
Can't say come again.
Cool. Whenever you're ready.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Boks Unpacked. We are back together. We are not virtual. We are, well, we'll describe the surroundings to you just now. There's a bit of a story behind this one. Schalk and Jean de Villiers join me for another episode of the Boks Unpacked. Well, it is now time to unpack the box. JDV, how are you going?
It's good to see you, Shimmy. It's nice
Good
to
to
be
see
back
you.
together.
You guys spent the whole weekend together, didn't you?
No, we didn't. Just on the flights.
Just on the flight.
So we flew together up and down, but then he was at venue, I was in studio. But it's good to be back. The people were asking that we need to get back.
Jean make sure he walks last on the flight so he can greet everybody. So and he walks, you usually meant to board two ways. He books the seat at the back, walks in from the front and greets everybody.
Everyone, yeah. Also, when the boarding starts, he arrives at the airport, so he's always late.
Yeah.
I'm never late.
I thought I was late. And there we go, Jean de Villiers comes strolling in.
And then
I don't travel with him anymore. I get anxiety for him, so I just go sit in the front of the plane and then I wait for JDV
But also, then I got there, and then I was like, okay, Shimmy, let's have a coffee. So then we had a coffee, and then every now and then he gets up to see, are we boarding? I'm like, just relax. And eventually we got up, and then there were still 4 people in front of us.
And the days are gone that they go, Mr. de Villiers, please go to gate C8, your flight's about to depart. They just
don't
go,
call.
Closed.
Yeah.
Flight closed, that's the worst feeling.
Shimmy, you now again made these allegations of what I do when I enter the... What was your seat number, flying back?
32D.
Shimmy, what was your seat number?
No, the reason
What was...
30, it was 32 something. Whatever.
Flying back.
No, flying back, 1A.
Is he still naughty than you?
1A.
It was 1A.
1A.
So he only saw
1A.
you for one. He saw you for one row.
Yeah.
He saw you in the
1A?
first row.
And flying there, you were 33D. Where did you enter the plane? Front or back?
Same time as you.
Where? Not
No,
where.
Jean, hold on.
No, I want facts. I'm working on facts here.
Okay, if you're working on facts,
Yes.
we're having a coffee. I said, I'm happy to go wait in the queue. You
Yes.
said, no, Shimmy, let's go in last. So I
Yes.
can say hi to everybody. Even told the guy, let me take away coffee.
I did not
Okay,
say
okay.
that. I did not say that. Where, you know how they go, you enter and they say rows 1 to 16 to the left.
To the back.
And 17 to 33, please go to the right, where
Yeah.
you enter from the back. You were row 33D.
Yeah?
Where did you enter?
I don't want to strain my knee. Can't you see the scar on my leg? I've had a tragic knee injury. It's all walking up and down the stairs.
I think
Okay.
we're milking that knee way
Okay.
too long.
I'm
now.
just saying.
For
I'm
way
just saying.
too long.
Okay,
now.
guys, let's just discuss our surroundings.
So he
okay?
entered from the front.
He entered from the
Yes,
front.
of course he did.
You know?
Because he wanted to say
Hi to
all
everyone.
the people.
Okay, guys, our surroundings. Okay, this is going to be our permanent office.
Yes, it will be.
Okay, and you guys on the comments here, let's get this right. What do we need to? Okay, on the comments they can decide what we need to kit this place out. The putting
That's
green,
very nice.
maybe a little bar on the corner. We've already got a pole, Jean de Villiers.
Looking at the base of it, no one's hanging on that pole.
So leave your suggestions in the comments on what you want our new studio to look like. As you can see, Jean de Villiers was given a shot of being the interior decorator. He's gone for the
Industrial look.
for the industrial look. It won't last very long. Industrial look on camper chairs, but you can decide in the comments below what you want our new studio to look like. I can't wait to see what the comments are.
Is that chair still fine?
Yeah. Look, this chair. Struggling. I sat on a couple just to double check.
Yeah, no, you're fine. But I'm excited. We've got a home.
Yeah.
We've got a home for a show.
I like it. I mean, this looks like an opera ski bar. There must be some snowflakes, maybe a smoke machine or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what obviously they can't see now is that we've got quite substantial space that way.
Yeah.
So, we can
You can do what you want.
flick it around as well, maybe do some activities here in the back. Like I said, we've got a pole here.
Did you just say, just off camera, you want a personalized parking spot with
Yeah, I
John de
did
Villiers'
say.
name on?
No.
And the number of test caps you've got.
No.
JDV 1312 or whatever similar
Yeah,
to 1213 JDV.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe we
no,
should
I
start
don't-
calling him Sir John de
He
Villiers.
started a Land
No.
Cruiser collection as well. LC 200, 300 or whatever the personalized number
Sir
plate is.
John de Villiers.
It is a nice space, guys. It's a very nice space.
Well, let's see. Let's
stick to
let's
that.
pimp it up. You guys have got an opportunity. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see in our new space. Jean, you got a big announcement. It says Jean's got a big announcement. What is
Oh,
it?
dude. Let me see. Let me just see. Yeah. I love it when I've got big announcements. What's his name again? Freddie. Okay.
Freddie's like the Stig. No one.
No one knows about Freddie.
No.
We're getting,
Okay, no, it was an
we're getting
email.
Freddie in at some stage.
Here we go.
In the Stig outfit.
Gents, here we go. We're back together. Okay.
Yo.
We are back together. So we need to start seeing some forfeits. Why do you look so worried?
Okay.
Why do you look so worried? No more excuses, Shimmy. And you've got so many. We're going to do a dedicated episode for all your forfeits. Okay.
Okay.
But
Is that the big announcement?
yeah.
Okay.
No. But. So a dedicated episode just for Shimmy's forfeit. But you both still owe us that Henry Pollock Irish dance.
I can't wait to see Freddie in
Okay.
person. He'll be doing the
Okay.
Henry Pollock
So
dance
Quentin, can you please just play us the music there?
I can't remember the dance.
No, you just have to dance, Irish dance. There you go, lads. There's your poll.
soon. I've got to see that video again.
gotta see- you gotta
I've
see the
erased it
video.
from my memory.
Oh, guys, that's disappointing.
Yeah,
I
I
see the
know.
video then.
Okay. Is that your
Just like
best?
this, isn't
Is
it?
that your
Yeah,
best? No,
one
just
of
do
the-
anything. Just do
Who was
anything.
the other
It has to be
guys?
synchronized.
Like, how many guys? We're going to do this embarrassers. How many guys was in that video? 5 of them. 3 of them.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
I obviously can't help you guys because my shoulder.
Do it now.
Okay. Yeah, you were meant to do it like right now, Shimmy. That's what I
That's
asked you.
the
But then,
moment.
You lost your mind.
The
Man.
moments has passed.
We'll do that, barristers. It's not a big announcement.
that
this.
really
It's
worked
a
well.
threat.
Thanks, Freddie. That was really good.
I can't remember the dance, John. It was Six Nations.
Well,
Was it
you
February?
just dance. You don't have to do it perfectly. It's not like an audition for South Africa's Got Talent.
Calm down. Lower your lower. Calm down. Relax, my boy. I know you're excited.
I'm excited
New
to be here.
space, everything. Jean de Villiers, Sir Jean de Villiers parking spot.
No,
there.
we're
It's
not
okay.
going there.
Guys, another big announcement. Bonk alignment camp has been announced. So there's 40-man alignment camp. They're meeting in Cape Town. So they're meeting up the road. They're flying
Was
in this
that
morning.
next week?
Yeah, next week.
No,
this week.
This
week.
Yeah, because they're playing next 25 forwards, 15 backs, and 10 uncapped newcomers in the group.
Quickly remind me of the newcomers there.
Siaya,
CIA?
Mahashe,
Yeah.
Batu Klekane.
Slakani.
He's been there
He's
before.
been. He's
Or,
been.
well,
Williams?
uncapped.
Yeah,
I'm just
uncapped.
Yaku Williams,
Ambrose Papier's back.
Ambrose Papier's back,
Yeah, well deserved.
Frankie
eh?
Horn.
Frankie Horn.
Is he? He's never been in it. Will
No,
that be his
no,
first entry into the Backline?
I'm excited about Mahasha.
And
What
then,
else?
and then obviously Fanamesht.
Judge van him. Yes.
Is he back? Is he back? He won't be back yet out of the UK. Are they
Not
still
yet,
in the
no.
mix?
Yeah, they're still in the mix.
Oh, they're top, aren't they?
Riley Norton.
Riley Norton in the mix. Yeah.
Okay, I read that.
I-
Well deserved, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that about Rassie.
Yeah.
You know, where these youngsters coming through, you know, just the fact that they're in the alignment cap, it doesn't mean that they'll be playing test match rugby this year, but it introduces you to that environment. You get like a feel, a taste for it,
Yeah.
and I think in a way it motivates you also to be next to basically your heroes. I mean, for a lot of those guys, the current Springboks are still the guys that they look up to. Now you're in that environment with them, so I think it's
I
fantastic.
think the main added benefit, the one is obviously all of a sudden you're under the microscope.
Yeah.
Every single game gets statted, and there's the battle rate that they've got to try and get to, whether it's Peter Steff or Kwacha Smith or whoever. If you're open side flanker, that you've got to see as your target. That's your minimum requirement. But on top of that, I mean, whenever we joined, You come from the Stormers, you get used to a certain quality of training, and then you go to the Boks where you have the best players in South Africa, and whatever is your perceived high intensity quality of training, it amps up by another 50% when the Boks get together. And for a young player to be exposed to that work ethic and that like accuracy over 60 minutes of training, you don't forget that.
Yeah.
So you start striving for greater goals and more accuracy and training with more intensity. And it can only be a benefit to all those players.
Yeah, such a good point.
It's also good for the future. But if we had to do a premature adjudication, remember that one?
Ejaculation.
A premature adjudication.
Yeah, I can't take you serious when you go for that.
Out of the young bunch. Now, Sia was in school last year.
Can't say come again.
I don't get it.
I don't
get it. I don't get it.
I've lost you.
I don't approve of such behavior. What which youngster would you say would play?
Sorry, I didn't.
I've covered. Start over.
Do the question again.
If we had a premature adjudication,
Yeah.
so something outrageous,
Yeah.
and you looked at all the youngsters in the alignment camp, all these youngsters that are doing well now,
Yeah.
which one would you say would get a test cap or two towards the end? So last season, if we're sitting and I said Zach Portham, who was playing Varsity Cup, would be a Springbok by the end of the season,
Yeah.
that would be considered a premature adjudication.
Yes.
Now let's look ahead this year.
I think Mahashe.
That's not a premature adjudication because he's playing URC and he's doing well.
Okay, you're talking about
The younger
those
batch, yeah.
that they don't play URC,
No, some of the
Which
guys
is
like in the
only-
under 20s.
which is only
Like, so if
Riley
you say
Norton.
Bati Shirkani, he says no because he's played URC.
Yeah.
So it's only Riley Norton that hasn't played URC in the
Marcus
current.
Miller,
But he's in the current. Yeah.
Sia. Sia's played URC a bit, yeah.
Oh, so yeah. I wanted to say maybe
Okay, I'll step
Siaya
back a
at
little
fullback
bit. Yeah.
No, so
If you reckon, Springbok cap.
gets a game somewhere. Yeah.
let me put it this way: if you put Siaya at fullback for the Boks, would he disappoint?
No.
Would you be worried? I wouldn't be worried.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think Riley Norton would.
Depending the opposition, but I mean, all
Yeah.
those guys, you put them in that. I mean, Jaco Williams,
Yeah.
you know, Cheswell Euster,
Yeah.
unfortunately injured now.
Yeah. He did a hemi, eh? What did he do? Pull the hamstring.
Yeah.
I mean, even a Marcus Miller, he's had limited, but it would be great to see him play a little bit more. You know, maybe Curry Cup or whatever. See how they do. You know, I think for so long we've been the guy's too old or the guy's too young. Where, you know, if you perform, you're the right age.
Yeah. Chaps, quick one. Evan Roos back in. So he's been in and out there. He's back in. Ambrose Papier. He's probably been the form
Yeah.
scrum half.
Ben Jason Dixon also back in.
Yeah, he should be in. Yeah, he'll be in there.
Yeah, he also fell out of favour a little bit last season
And injured. He was
and injured for a while.
Yeah. So
You know
I
what's
think Evan Roos deserves it. Like
Yeah.
if there's a
try
weakness,
scorer.
yeah, if there's a weakness in his game, it's just his soft skills. Like he's got a little inherent error rate there, which I think and Stormers sometimes that's through discipline or it's through actually handling errors. But like he carries so strong for the Stormers. Like when the Stormers are direct and he's getting over the gain line and scoring tries, that's when the Stormers are at their best.
yeah.
and I just want to mention this again. You know, if you're a player, all you want is you want to be recognized. When you put in a performance week in and week out, you want to be recognized and at least see that you've got a chance to go up to the next level, okay? Whether you are a youngster, whether you're an old guy, whether you've been in the system for a long time or not, you just want to be able to see that. And I think throughout this 40-man squad, you can look at guys, you look at an Ambrose, Papier and Evan Roos.
Yeah, like form trumps everything. And
Yeah.
you want to be rewarded for playing great
Exactly.
rugby.
So they were in the mix and then they fell out of favor, played good rugby, they're back in. You know, the coach puts him there. A youngster shows talent, puts him there. Frankie Horn, same thing. He's been in the he's been playing so long, but so consistent.
Yeah.
You know, gets given the opportunity. So I think, you know, Rassie does not do a hell of a lot wrong.
Yeah.
As a coach, in terms of how he deals with the players and how he manages.
They've never
them.
got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that All Black squad rocks up here, it's going to be proper excitement. When
so much.
If we got closure on how many players they're bringing across, was that like I remember a few
think it's
episodes ago,
100
there
and-
was like a monster number. that was floating around.
172 or something. Like that.
Look, talking about the All Blacks, guys. Graham Henry brought back into the fold as a selector. Gilbert Anoka, the old mental skills coach, he's been brought in. I think he's done over 300 test matches. And there was one other big inclusion. I think those are the only two, yeah.
But I
But
mean,
Graham Henry is a big, I mean,
100%. I mean, you know, with his track, to be a selector, to be in that, you know, just the aura that I think he brings, it's brilliant.
And
It's brilliant
I also
that they
think
bring
for a guy
guys
like
back.
Dave Rennie, it goes about alignment. You know, like I think under Razor, it's the first time in recent memory where the coach, the head coach, and you know the selectors and New Zealand Rugby Union and the players, there was no alignment,
Yeah.
and that's ultimately which I think costs Razor his position. You know, now with Dave Rennie, they're trying to reincarnate the alignment that used to be the strong point, like everything to the greater of the All Blacks. So I think there's method behind the madness in bringing a guy like Graham Henry back.
It's also like for us from the side, it seems like they're doing everything in their ability to get as much value from people that can actually add value to that group, so that when they come to South Africa, they are as well prepared as they possibly can. You know, you're not just going to change everything around, but get the right people in there that has a proven success record and or track record. And I think Graham Henry is certainly one of those. From our point of view, it just the excitement around those test matches and being part of it just escalates, and I think that's why it's bloody cool. Not only if you want to go to the test matches, but even the
domestic games.
And the fan park, the castle,
Boktown.
the Boktown that Castle.
John, you've
will
got
be
good
doing.
experiences from Boktowns.
I do. 2003 at the World Cup.
I mean, obviously it's a World Cup year, so John was injured.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just stock standard. You know, we played against the Falcons in Springs, and he popped his shoulder. Same shoulder, hey?
Yeah, same shoulder.
Same shoulder.
Me and Bobs Boktown in Perth back then in 03.
they flew you in
fun.
for Boktown.
What's that?
They flew you in just for Boktown.
For the test match, South Africa versus England, and then we spent some time at Boktown.
I don't think he spent
In the
any
lead-up.
time outside of the Boktown.
in the lead up.
Yeah.
But
So
what
So you
if
can
For the
get your
week.
tickets for every test match. Get your Boktown tickets if you can't go to the test matches.
Like next year, it's the World Cup year. John will be in the Boktown again next year because he'll be injured.
But it is
It's
cool.
actually, he's out of sync. He's out of sync this week. He got injured in the year in between the
what
World Cups.
Boktown creates is it does not exclude anyone. So if you can't get access to the test match tickets, you can't go there. Go to the Boktowns. You're part of it. You get that magic.
Yes.
And we need to get our boys over the line to get those victories.
Guys, quick one. There's been two bans. Asenati Tlabekanye out of the World Cup. 18-month ban for anti-doping violations for using anastrozole, whatever that is. Sad for him.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Also, I can't.
I don't know enough
I
for
don't
that.
know enough, but like it seems like somewhere there was a slip up.
Yeah.
Whether it's, I don't know, in the management from, his franchise or, nationally, I don't know, but something doesn't quite seem right. And it took a long, long time for this judgment to be delivered. So,
finish up,
it's such a pity. He's also been playing some decent stuff for the Lions again this season.
Yeah, the thing, he kind of established himself with the Springboks, in that group, and then this thing came about.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, he was using something where he was under the impression that it was fine, it got cleared, and when he did the random testing, he even disclaimed what he's on
What he
and
was
whatever,
on.
and then and then he came back to say that no, it's banned substances. So.
Shucks.
I feel it's
terrible for
I
him,
feel
yeah.
so
Yeah,
sorry.
I
for
know.
him.
As I said, I don't actually know the details thereof, but whenever you read the article about it, it just it doesn't quite seem
Blurry.
right or well managed, or maybe he was misinformed as a player.
18 months. Well, we're looking forward to seeing him back on the field. Another ban, guys. Eddie Jones got given a 4-match ban by the Japan RFU after verbally abusing
I read that.
officials during a tour in Australia.
We need to get Eddie Jones over
Yeah,
here.
We need to get.
Well, I mean,
But his own employers have banned him. And chances were he was probably fighting for Japan when he abused the officials.
Do I understand this right? Like, he got obviously banned for swearing at his own people, his own staff.
No.
officials.
I don't know. Do you see him as
officials.
Australian or Japanese?
I don't know. Was he swearing in Japanese or was he doing it in English?
Yeah, look, it's unheard of.
The ban from your own union that
No,
you
but
employ.
you coaching, I don't know, you coaching Paul Jim, I'll use an example,
Yeah.
and you abuse the ref after a game,
Yeah.
and Paul Jim ban you.
Well, yeah. That
You angry because they lost, you know what I mean?
That-
What did
that-
that happen? Yeah.
that happens in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You've got to be respectful of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
That's the culture there. Like, I don't think it's the first or last time that Eddie's going to be abusing an official. I mean, like we used to do it when we were playing. It's not so out of the ordinary. And you've got to vent somewhere. Eddie must maybe just do it on a more subtle.
I'd love to get more
subtle
detail
approach.
of that exchange.
We're going to
though.
get Eddie in here. He can explain to us what exactly he said. I mean, we just might have to bleep a few things out.
Love to
How
get.
was he 2007 World Cup? Did he ever lose it? Did you ever see him lose it?
No. I think also the role was so nice. He was assistant coach. Jake was panicky and Eddie was quite relaxed.
Yeah.
And he added massive value to our team. I absolutely loved working with him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Cody from Paul has sold multiple vehicles to We Buy Cars. Suspicious? I think so.
Is that a crime?
No. Where are you getting the cars?
I buy them and I sell them at the spot like a normal person.
Okay.
No, man, I'm just an accounting student. I know a good deal when I see one.
That's Excel. Meant. What's more stressful, tax season or selling a car at We Buy Cars?
Tax season, obviously.
We Buy Cars, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
Another one, guys. Remember David Percock, Sculler, flanker?
Yeah.
Politics. Have you seen him as a politician?
Guys, have you seen that?
No.
He's in Parliament.
Yeah.
And he is taking on the Australian government head on.
Yeah.
He's taking them on. He's like, I think the last thing where he was fighting in government or in Parliament was that the parties they voted against having to disclaim who they give access to the House.
Yeah.
Parliament House.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to disclaim who they give access
Access
to the
to.
House. And he was like, how can you just let people into the House of Parliament and we don't know who gave them access to it, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
So he's and like
Did he enter through the gate?
this time,
2011. He can't be talking about rules, Chivas.
but it was yeah, it was a point
Was
like
it
that.
2011? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
When he abused
Let's
the
not talk
officials.
2011. But
He abused the officials that day.
I've watched some of those clips. He's doing an outstanding
Because I
job.
remember he was still a player and he tied himself to a tree
Yeah, that's right.
and he got arrested. The
Yeah.
only way to remove him was arresting him. So he's obviously had a thing for politics. I mean, good on him.
But it seems like-
I'm not entering that realm anytime soon.
Yeah.
But he's fighting the good fight though. Like I think about that a lot in South Africa. You know,
Yeah.
who in South Africa would be able to do something like that? Sportsman.
Which
John
player
Smith?
would that's
John
the next
Barney?
que- which player would be which current or ex player would make a great politician?
We got to go Sia Kulisi maybe.
Yeah, but a great politician or become president. You know, so
Yeah, exactly.
I think Sia, if he he can become president. Whether he'll be a good politician, I don't know.
Exactly.
Sia's a great guy, but I
It's
mean,
also, to be a politician, I think you've got to be quite self-assured about who and what you are. So Sir Brian Abana.
So Brian the politician.
I mean, we might have to rename South Africa to BH11, but
but isn't he?
Maybe a rebrand.
He is a politician, isn't he?
he is a politician, isn't he? Oh. Yeah,
Who else?
let's just.
Which other players? I can't think of names.
Yo,
I mean,
I suppose that's
John Smith's got an amazing way of just sort of walking through difficult situations without
Yeah.
really pissing anyone off. He's got that ability just
Yeah, that's a good shot.
to navigate tricky situations. I mean, he was captain under Jake White. It's not like Jake's very subtle. I mean, and he had the ability to sort of manage Jake, manage us, and let rugby be the main focus, which I think is quite a unique trait.
There's not many names that pop up.
No,
Generation before us.
nothing there.
Francois Pienaar.
David de Villiers.
Guys,
He was a politician.
I mean, like, what about Eddie Andrews, guys?
There we
Well,
go.
Here we go. Eddie's in it already.
Eddie- He's
Eddie's
in
in
it.
it, yeah.
Eddie's in it already.
Come on, Eddie Andrews for Mayor of Cape Town.
There we go. It's gonna
Come
happen.
on, Eddie.
Okay, guys. You've probably read in the news South African teams pulling out the future European Cup because of player welfare.
I don't think that's.
They're considering it. Considering withdrawing our franchise teams from the European competitions in the Champions Cup and ECPR due to player burnout.
But like Shimmy, I mean, just thinking out loud, what is that going to help our player welfare when there's no clear defined season?
Yeah.
I mean, you now get a week off, a week rest, and then a week of active training. I mean, that's not going to help player welfare. I mean, that competition runs every 6 weeks for 2 weeks, and it's in line with our current season. The issue becomes what happens when we should have off-season, which is now post-ERC. The internationals are under more pressure because we are playing in the Southern Hemisphere-based competition, the Rugby Championship. But the break starts, like in Europe, it starts from now, end of ERC, till September when it starts up again. That's your break. But instead, we've now got a Curry Cup in that block.
Yeah, like.
So, and to be honest, like the whole thing about having holidays is spending time with your friends and family.
Proper break.
If you're on your own little break now, you get a week off. I mean, the kids are at school, your mates are all grafting. I mean, what do you do for a week in Cape Town? I mean, it's not like you're going away. Not like us in our season that was aligned that we had December.
You go to barristers.
That's why you
People
do
think you're
it.
drunk.
You do it like that because you
So
you don't have friends.
I wouldn't say that will help player burnout or welfare.
Yeah.
2 points to make on that. I cannot agree more that they need to sort out the season first, the structuring of competitions, before you look at the other elements of it. And I do not think that the data reflects the player welfare element that they are pushing.
Yeah.
So that is actually a little bit conflicting. So sort out the competitions, make sure that the structure of competitions makes sense for the players, and then you can actually use your squad better. Okay, so the guys on the fringes play also more rugby, and that they remain kind of conditioned, and then your top players you can manage better. But at this stage, it's a lottery.
The reality is you need to compress the competition. Because it's the breaks in between URC, for example, that make it a long competition, Six Nations and Champions Cup. But if you make it shorter, that's what the beauty of Super Rugby was. Super Rugby, bang, 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 over and done with.
Yeah. But what happens if we put Rugby Championship during Six Nations?
Then it gives you that June, July break. Simple as.
Easy peasy.
Okay,
Why aren't we doing it?
It makes too much sense.
That's unfortunately always the case. It makes way too much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, so it makes sense for us. Obviously, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, then there's a bit of a issue for them because they're in Super Rugby there.
Yeah.
But again, the global season makes sense.
Yeah.
So get the global season right, and then their competitions can adapt as well. But at this stage, we just
We've
don't
been
have it.
talking about a global season for decades now. I mean, is it happening? I mean, is there any step forward to say, listen, this is when we play rugby, this is when you're not playing rugby? Because as soon as that happens, then player welfare will only go one way. There's going to be a dedicated break for everyone. No rugby takes place in that month or 6 weeks or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
Someone has to concede. It's either the North or the South, whatever it is. I think that's probably the big issue. Guys, the new Nations Cup starts 4th of July. 6 Test Super Saturdays. A lot of long lunches. That's a lot of 9 hours of back-to-back rugby. Okay, I'd say the day kicks off at 9 a.m. with New Zealand versus France, Australia versus Ireland, Boks versus England, Pumas versus Scotland. It's going to be one of the great days. Now, here's the question. How do we suggest to our listeners, how do you attack this day in terms of hydration and food? So you don't peak too early.
Give me those games.
Guys,
do we
I
have
think
time?
you've got to pick. You've got to pick whether you want to make that Argentina kickoff,
Yeah.
because that's 11
What's the
o'clock.
start time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock evening kickoff, maybe a 10 o'clocker. But like you've just got to make tactical decisions on whether you want to make that or not. I would advise you not to make it
But also,
and just go hammer and tongs for the box game.
so you probably go a 7 o'clock start in New Zealand, New Zealand time, which is 9 a.m.
Yeah.
South Africa. Then you
We're
have
talking from a South African
Yeah,
point
South
of view.
Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah,
As a,
yeah,
as a
yeah.
South African, you
Yeah.
watch the All Blacks play normally 9:30
Yeah.
a.m. Then 11:30, 12
Straight into the
ish, the Aussie game.
Yeah.
But what's
Okay.
for breakfast, John? We're talking about
I'm just trying to structure my day,
just
and
gave-
then I'm gonna add my intake.
Okay, fine.
You
I
happy
re-
with that? Hey, no,
It's not a 5-hour edition, yeah. Eh? Just let's go.
that was so.
I
So,
think
what do you have for breakfast, John de Villiers? What do
No,
you have
I
for
don't do
breakfast?
breakfast.
You just have a stock standard, whatever you want for breakfast. Don't start drinking then.
Scala the night before, or
you're
you-
gonna
do-
no, you're gonna wake up hungover. So don't even, because you're gonna be excited for what's coming, and you don't want to shock the system too much. You've got to, you've got to just water the levels, the ground. It's got to
Yeah.
be nice and moist. Then the next day, don't drink in the New Zealand game, but definitely halftime Oz. Then you go into your lager or whatever of choice. No brandy just yet.
Yeah, no brandy, no brandy.
No brandy just yet. Then after that, you make your way, watch the box. You're going to be nervous, so you're not going to have that many things to drink post the box game. You go berserk. And then you don't try and watch the Argentina game late night.
But where's
you
the
go.
bridle in between, before the Bok game?
No, I just want to
After
say
the
this.
box
You
game.
got a couple.
After the Bok game.
After the box game, big fire.
Yeah?
Big fire. And then you cruise into the evening.
You can't. No, you can't only light the fire then.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
And
There's no
like,
time.
there's
There's no time to have the early braai and
there's-
then go watch the
There's a
box.
couple of gaps in your day. One, what happens between the Aussie game and the Springbok game?
You make
Okay.
your way to the ground. Or
Are you
make
actually
your
going
way-
to the game?
I'm going
Okay.
to the game.
And then, secondly, you're not eating anything. You're just talking about the drinks.
Yeah.
You're not eating.
My big braai is I'm eating a steak at 6 o'clock,
No.
and then I hopefully pass
No.
out before
So
Argentina.
this
kick
weekend
off.
starts on a Friday. So you talk with your mates at the local pub, whatever. You
Yeah.
be by yourself and Paul. Do you have a lot of mates there?
I'm going to bed at 7.
No, man.
No, you need
Start the night before. Talk about the game. What's going to happen? This
Shimmy
and this and
starts
that.
on Thursday at Barristers. Then he goes on Friday, and then he's got no idea. We'll be working on the Saturday.
Yeah. If
We've actually got
if you're not going to the game,
Who are we to talk? Someone who's done this for a living has actually got to give us a little rundown.
I have to.
I mean, we bad at this because we can't have a dop before we go on television.
We get too excited.
Yeah, we get way too excited.
I did once when I wasn't working. It was an All Black Test match, and then I organised a breakfast braai.
yeah.
So I literally, my mates came over 7 a.m. I lit the fire at 6:30 a.m.
And you started having a couple of beers.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
Okay. So we can't really talk about it.
We can't.
No, we can't.
No
Someone's got to
experience.
give
It's
us.
not. I mean, we can't talk about stuff that we don't know.
I think personally, you start the fire in between before the Bok game.
All that I do know, okay, guys,
It's an atmosphere, little
is-
fire. Just for
is
atmosphere.
post Bok games when we get back to our hotel and we now really want to have a few lagers. The rest of the boys are in no good shape, right?
Yeah.
The rest of South Africa,
Yeah.
But
they're in horrible shape.
And you
But
can't
that
catch
is
up. Yeah.
that Argentina game that you so let's say it starts 10 p.m.
10 to
11
12.
p.m. Yeah, but that is normally that's like when we do a wrap for games that finishes at 10 or 10:30. No one watches. The TV's on, but no one can see.
Well, I think they actually they're staring at the TV,
Stare
but
at
they'll
the
have to
TV.
go rewatch the game the next morning because nothing goes in.
Don't do it. You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed, sleep.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go up north, boys. Nigel Owens, talking about Henry Pollock. you risk getting the wrong kind of reputation with refs and fans if he doesn't rein in his emotions. There's another brawl this weekend, you saw it. Every weekend there's a brawl.
Who
with
did he
North
brawl with this week?
Ellis Genge.
I saw that. Like nothing much happened, but
It was Liebenberg the last weekend. This weekend it was someone else.
Ellis Genge.
Was it Genge?
It was Genji, yeah.
yeah.
And the centre, the Argent, wasn't there a centre also got in a
Oh,
brawl?
I did see one with him. I don't know if it was this weekend.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was. Yeah, he was.
It can happen it happens. It's, I mean, Skull, it's not.
Like the Liebenberg one, he was in reverse gear. Like
Yeah.
he was he was bouncing around like an irritating little fly. I mean, but is it going to happen that, he's maybe just going to get punched? I don't think ever it's going to happen. It's too much at risk. As you're a player and you clock him, you'll be, a hero for the rest of, I think, the Prem at the moment, because the Prem picks a fight with him every weekend.
But that, like, if I was,
International rugby also.
if I was
Bordeaux
Steve
last
Borthwick-
year, it's been happening with every team.
but if I was Steve Borthwick, I'd be worried because he's picking fights with his own teammates at national level. If you have a Ellis Genge, and I mean Genji doesn't hold back either, but like, you don't want that. It creates
Are you mates with
disruption.
Genji?
Yes.
Okay, no, it's not
We
Genji.
Also,
went
like,
together
he's also
at
like-
Leicester.
Okay, was he at Leicester at the same
Yeah.
time? Okay.
He's also
Tight.
he's
Give me a ring quickly. Phone him. Let's see.
No, they're training.
the thing is now you can't back off now if you're Henry
Yeah.
Pollock. Like you've started it, you can't now be cool, calm, and collected. You've got to go front up.
Skull, if you played with Pollock, what would have happened back in the day?
Played
With him.
Or
With
played against him, sorry.
Geez, guys, I would have. It would have been. I've been chasing him. Like
You think?
I can't say it would have been my greatest rugby game I've played, but like he would have known that I was on his
There.
case.
Is it?
But like, I mean, he's a good player.
He's a very good player.
But like, if you do get the opportunity, if you're a Springbok and he's standing in front of you, you're gonna run with everything you've got and more. There's gonna be some afters. You're gonna definitely go flat box at him. But like again, maybe you can't be distracted by it. As I mentioned, like I would be completely just on his case and probably forget to play rugby. Just try and get a hold of him, which is also not the case if you play for the Boks.
You know what? A big part of his behaviour is childish.
Yeah.
On the field and and it's just irritating, a lot of it. And
Look,
know,
I mean, in the local program, it's now going a month where every time someone's took exception to him.
It's every weekend.
So it's not only us sitting here thinking, what is he doing? It's like the Prem is saying, what the hell is he up to? Like, I think I'm going to take it upon myself to have a little nibble at him. And they're starting to take a few chunks out of him, which is nice.
I saw the one comment with Henry Liebenberg when they had a bit of a scuffle, and someone commented, would have loved to see Jono play against him, Martin Johnson.
Oh, imagine this. Oh, goodness.
Imagine him doing
That's a
that.
scary thought.
That would not have ended well. So.
That's a scary thought. Okay, guys, URC now. Are we by Impact Players of the Week?
Oh, I need to give this some thought. I love the Siaya charges.
Siaya.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to take it all, unfortunately, where it comes from. Like Zebra was sort of down and out. They weren't that up for, like Andre the Giant.
I just wanted to say.
My word, like I mean, it looked like like when you're at school, like there's a big under 13 kid and he's playing against boys who's same age, but they haven't gone through any developmental phase. Like he just
No, he was so
straight
destructive.
I thought the Sharks used him well also.
Yeah.
It wasn't listening at 9 to 12 and let him do damage. There's dummy runners in front. There's a bit of interest around him that he could actually, get a weak shoulder or so.
But that's the thing, and like Schalk's been saying, once now where the Sharks actually has a bit of an attacking flyhalf that takes it to the line, now Andre Estes is running at arms and shoulders rather than running into two bodies all the time. And then every single time he will be making meters, and his offloading skills, has improved so much as well. So he was proper.
we've got to come up from the props. I love the little line-out move with Sia that's through the middle.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Ox.
The little
Ox quick hands.
Ox little shift, the bailout with the pass.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement that for the we by moment, we're not referencing anything from the Stormers game?
What did you think about the Stormers game, guys?
Let's start right there. We've moved on to the next section.
Yo, that was disappointing.
Is it like, I mean, we're not great travellers, the Stormers, and then they play back-to-back on artificial games. I mean, we've got ourselves another gig with the Cardiff Blues.
That will be a different picture, yeah. Tell me, okay, let's
I
talk.
tell you what, this time of the year I get nervous for the Stormers because you get evening kickoffs a lot of time.
Yeah.
In Cape Town, it can be wet or it can be slippery, so your scrum gets a little bit depowered.
Yeah.
And then it's about doing the simple things really well. So it's game discipline and work rate.
Yeah.
And if there's two things where I think the Stormers fall flat often, it's out and out work rate and game discipline. So I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as we might think, even though Cardiff's tour year, they got absolutely obliterated a month ago.
You mentioned the pitch. What's it? The artificial
4G,
Yeah.
5G. Or
How much of a difference does that make? Because that's usually the topical thing when teams are going over that side.
I think there is a difference in terms of the bounce of the ball,
Looks quick
etc.
though. It looks quick.
But no, that's my point.
Yeah.
That is the point I'm trying to get to. Is it's quick. It suits the way that the Stormer,
Should
when
want
the
to
Stormers are on top, is when they throw the ball around, they get it to their magic makers, dry conditions, and that's what they had on the weekend. And then they go and they maul every line out.
Yeah.
You have scrum dominance, but that doesn't reflect onto the scoreboard. I was blown away by the approach of the Stormers.
But the big thing about, and like I played at Saracens, you had a simple attack, but once you get gain line, you just stay on top of the ball.
Yeah.
And defense can't recover. So if the Stormers do have a weakness on those fields, it's the way they defend. They narrow quite a bit. They do rush a bit. You think Vanderkock's hat-trick, all just simple balls over the top and he scores because they short the number. So I don't think defensively it quite suits the Stormers. Stormers once, pull the Villiers over the ball, slowing it down. Then you get line speed, and you keep on chasing them and get them behind the gain line. So, but from attacking point of view, it should suit the Stormers with their ball carriers, their runners, and you've just got to play your speed of ball will outflank them. But you've got to be direct when you do it. So. The Stormers, unfortunately, they've had a great season, finishing third on the log. They're probably looking back at the season, and there's two games in that season that they sort of weren't up for it. They win those two games, they finish top, and it's a different outlook for semi-finals.
Yeah. And I suppose with this one, it takes away the home semi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes away that.
It takes away the home semi, and that could have been another packed DHL Stadium. Munster against the Lions. Scala, you got this one. You called this one perfectly.
Yeah.
You got everything right. Look, okay.
Look, when Munster went down to 13 men with the two deliberate knockdowns, that was the chance for the Lions to really gap them. And they scored one. But
Scored 7 points.
Yeah, they didn't really use that block. And then, often like this, with 14 men, they got the one back and Munster scored to try and sort of wrestled that momentum away. There's nothing much in that game. But Munster, after getting absolutely thumped by Connacht the week before, did really well to get a result there. And how close was that Glasgow-Ulster game?
Yeah. Glasgow did well to get a result there. They haven't won there for quite a while, I think. But again, they're the top team. You would expect that from them.
Yeah.
But
It's a Scottish team that did well Six Nations.
yeah. But if there's one team blowing it, if you look at that Leinster performance on the weekend,
Yeah.
with kind of third string players in some positions, they are the team to beat. It's not Glasgow. at this stage.
Last week, and I said, I think it was their best performance of the season with a couple of big names rested. They played against the Lions, who were with 17 minutes to go, 7 points behind.
11 minutes to go.
11 minutes to go. And they went on and scored 3 tries off the back of that. But like their defense and their intensity and their accuracy, it was something that we haven't seen, this year. So, I think we mentioned it a month ago or so. We were like, is this the year where Leinster wins trophies ugly?
Yeah.
And, this weekend.
Yeah.
They're hitting their straps at the right time.
That's where it starts.
Yeah. JDV, we spoke. We just touched on the Sharks quickly. Vusi Moya at fly-half.
Nice.
Siaya at fullback.
Jaco Williams on the wing. Little Bester on the other
They've
wing.
got something to work with.
Lorenzo Julius at 13.
Yeah.
So Bradley Davids at 9.
Yeah.
So I mean that was an exciting backline. And I almost felt that they, were that inexperienced in the backline, they try to force it too quickly. In the first 20 minutes, where they wanted to throw the ball around too quickly, and not just go direct and kind of earn that opportunity to take it wide. But then they brought it back quite nicely, and I think they had the ability to do that through guys like Oxenchair and Vincent Koch and Jason Jenkins, Sia, Andre Estes. Yeah. So you've got these exciting youngsters, but also experienced guys that could bring it back for them. So, those names that I mentioned in that back line, that's a
Team
back
of the
line
future.
where you can build a future.
Yeah.
A Sharks future with those guys. So Moyo at 10. At 10, I think he was good.
Yeah.
I don't think he was great.
No.
There's still some work to be done in terms of that. But again, like I said, it's someone for the future for them, and they need to invest a lot in that. And again, I'd say it again. If I was the Sharks, I'd go for this Ahmed, the other under-20s fly-half. I would try to get him at the Sharks.
He's at the Stormers.
And then you build a future around those two. Whereas at the Stormers, he probably won't get that much time with the Sasha there, with the Yuri Matia, and others. So let's see.
Yeah. Bulls 45, Benetton 19. Bulls, look, they've won their last 2 games against the Italian teams, but not convincing.
A little bit loose.
The performance, a little bit loose.
A little bit loose.
That's probably the best way to describe it.
So, against, they've had chances in both these games where you think, okay, they can put them to the sword if they just have proper game discipline, loose at the breakdown. A few too many errors, and then they get ill-disciplined. You get frustrated off the back of that. We've all been involved in those loose games. My biggest issue for them is just defensively, the Bulls. There's soft moments. And in big games, you have a couple of soft moments and you're chasing a game which you think you should actually be putting away quite comfortably. So, look, they were always going to come. They had a nice run in, the Bulls. And I think, if you're on Ackermann, you could see his face in the last 2 games in the coach's box, how frustrated he got with what was going on in the field. The result is 5 points. They finished on 59 points, 4th on the log. After a poor start, they came on strong at the end of the season. But you, as a coach, you're looking for the quality and intensity of your performance. And then playoffs, like I mentioned with the Stormers earlier, that would be the Stormers' main pitfall this week and next weekend is, can they have that quality of performance, low error rate, high work rate, game discipline? And I think the Bulls are in a similar boat.
And solid D for both.
Yeah, but Munster can be tough though. Remember a Munster team playing for survival.
Yeah.
We've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
And you think that they've beaten Leinster in a quarterfinal. Remember when I think they ended up winning the trophy.
Yeah, beat the Stormers.
Yeah, they beat the Stormers in the final. So this Munster team for me is probably the most dangerous when it comes to occasions like this. There's a bit of turmoil in your favourite town, John. So Munster can be. The Bulls can't have an off day against Munster.
Yeah.
Munster and for me, Connaught.
Yeah. Connaught, I think 7 or 8 wins in a row.
Yeah, so they lost against the Lions to snap that streak, but then they came
Bit
on.
of momentum.
Yeah.
The Shimbin.
Oof.
You love it, eh?
You love the
You
show.
own it. You own it. Yeah.
I can't think of anything that's...
Can't we rename it the Shimbiliki?
Stop
The
with that Biliki crap.
I love the Shimbaliki. Let's rename it the Shimbaliki.
Shimbaliki.
You get a little mascot in the corner here.
We definitely
The Shimbaliki.
do the Shimbiliki.
A bad tackle, performance, or result.
Yes.
We need something to... I can't think of anything that stands out.
A bad result.
Anything, yeah. On
Bad
the Shimbin,
result,
yeah.
the Stormers.
That's the Shimbin, the Stormers result.
No, the Stormers' performance as
The performance.
not the result.
The result,
I think that.
the performance is what's worrying.
Yeah.
The result, you can play beautiful rugby and
Not get
come
the
up
result,
short.
yeah.
But you know what, Schalk, with all that talent that the Stormers sit with, I think they would arrive back here in South Africa and they would have felt that they didn't fire enough shots in that game.
Yeah.
And that is always a disappointing thing when you know that you just didn't give it enough on the day. Because had they fired more shots in that game with ball in hand, they would have won that one.
Obviously you go in with a plan against Cardiff and the plan was to be more direct. But our attack against Ulster was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like we were on top of the ball, Jovan Roos,
Yeah.
Sasha,
Easy tries.
easy tries, and like scored them quickly, like effectively. Other stuff weren't as good. Game discipline, like just discipline in general, error rate on top of the ball. So you play against Cardiff, and you think your point of difference is same pitch, similar conditions, is to put them under pressure by speed of ball.
So Shimbin, the Stormers. You guys are pretty
Again, just their performance,
the performance.
the way they played. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we need to go through the European finals. Bordeaux against Leinster.
It's suddenly after this weekend that's a tough call, but I'm going to stick with Bordeaux.
I mean, I don't know if I can call it, but like, is this the year where Leinster just wins ugly?
Yeah.
Not a great season. They've lost 6 in the regular season. How many did they lose? 5 in the URC, which is more than they've probably lost in the previous 4
5 years.
iterations.
Yeah.
I still got to think at Bordeaux just on the way they attack and play the game.
And variety that they have, and X factor that they have. Yeah. Bordeaux.
reckon?
What
I'm gonna
happens
go
on the
Bordeaux.
Friday night?
Ulster against
Ulster
Montpellier.
against Montpellier. Like Ulster out of the URC. Do you think you go?
I want to
Ulster
go Montpellier.
Is it go a full French challenge
go.
and Champions Cup?
Yeah.
The French double.
The French double.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're saying everyone's saying Leinster. Surely that
I'm
curse
not
has
saying
got to
Leinster.
no. That curse has got to end with Leinster somewhere. They need. I mean, it's been 4 or 5 losses in the finals. It's got to change some. It's got to flip somewhere, and it's going to flip this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
You go Leinster.
Leinster.
I think it's going to be a cracker, actually.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Exeter. It was Exeter.
Exeter.
Yeah.
That's right. From a game point of view this weekend, if Leinster gets their fast start, I think it's the perfect storm for us as just average Joes watching the game.
Neutrals.
Because then that the Bordeaux side will
Come alive.
come alive and chase hard, and I think that's the only way that Leinster can actually win them, beat them. Is
I
by
think-
fast start up by 14,
Which Leinster can do.
and then Bordeaux must see if they can reel them in.
Sir
Leinster, hang
Brian,
on, okay.
Sir Brian will be there. We
he
need to
there?
get a expert opinion from him.
No, we'll chat to him. Okay, guys. First of all, Kostalaga with their World Cup campaign. The World Cup's less than a month away. Soccer World Cup, and
Yeah.
we're playing in the opening match against Mexico. We're in a group with Mexico, Czech Republic, and South Korea. The top 2 from each group go through automatically.
Mexico.
But also 8 of third-place teams do have a chance of making the knockouts. Okay, well, I do. I believe. And so do Kostalaga, who have just released their new FIFA World Cup campaign, which is a tribute to the fans who stood the test of time alongside Bafana. And Kostalaga through every high, setback, and moment of hope. Because true supporters never walk away, and neither have they.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
I like that, Shim.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the campaign video. Mic drop again.
A nation standing united. Bafana are back. This is a chance. Yes! South Africa, champions of Africa.
We've come a long, long way together.
C'est fini pour l'Afrique du Sud.
Through the hard times and the good.
It's not enough.
I have to celebrate you, baby.
The host country is the first to exit the group stages. They'll have to sit in this heartbreak. They've got the 2 goals they need. Bafana are back on the world
I have to
stage.
praise you like I should. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you.
Casalago, official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Not for persons under the age of 18.
I don't know football well enough. I mean,
Mexico in the opening
Mexico.
game
that
is a hard game.
I don't think
It's
that,
Mexico.
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 Yeah, Mexico.
I don't.
It's a hard game.
What's the games that we can win there, Shim?
Jeebus.
all
of them. No, Czech Republic.
No,
are
we'll
good.
definitely win the World Cup.
South Korea.
We'll win the
They're
World
all hard.
Bafana's
They're all
winning
hard.
the World Cup.
Okay.
Look,
I mean, I'll be
yeah.
tuning in, watching every minute of it.
Yeah, it's all. They're
Remember
all.
2010? How good that was.
Okay.
Shabalala!
That was a party of note. That was a party the whole month.
That was very cool.
Yeah, that was good fun. I must say, I enjoyed that.
When do we have a Rugby World Cup in South Africa again?
I don't know. Look, let's not go down that way. Our Millennium 15. Okay, our Millennium 15. Okay, players Millennium to 2000, so to the modern day. I'm just trying to see which.
Where are we? What
Today,
position?
today it's the right wings, 14th.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Dougie Howlett.
I wanted to go Dougie
Love
Howlett.
Dougie
You know, like to this day, is the top try scorer
Yeah, for the All Blacks.
for the All Blacks.
Not for long.
Was Ben Tune part of that generation? No, he was before.
But he was also more left.
He was more left. Who was the right wing when Ben Tune was?
Oh no, it was Roth,
Lottie and
Lottie, Wendell
Zadell.
Saylor, Bentune.
Josh Lucy was?
Did we Shane Williams? Did we didn't mention him on the left wing?
Yeah, so let's mention him on the right. Yeah, we have to.
A former World Rugby Player of the Year.
I'm going to mention again Philemon de la Sau as well.
Oh, yeah.
Fijian
Yeah.
on the wing. And Fiji's had some. I mean, even what about Tuisova?
Yeah.
Joseph Tuisova.
Yeah.
Or Semi Radradra.
Yeah, Dradra's good.
Radradra is a proper rugby player.
But he was
too.
also probably.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's still around now.
Or what about we go? I've mentioned loads of names.
Who are the French wings?
Ooh, I wanted to mention Aurélien Rougerie as well.
Great rugby player too.
Yeah.
We can go.
We said 3. You've given us about 20.
Oh well, we didn't even mention
I'll come alive when we start with forwards.
Pierre Berry. So maybe Damien Penaud at 14. So
Who were the Kiwi wings when Jonah was the one? It was Doug Howlett's a good one.
Dougie-
I can't
Dougie's
say
a great
anything
one.
past Doug Howlett.
Like when it comes to wingers, you've got to score tries, don't you?
Yeah.
That's. I mean,
What I like
Dougie
about
scored.
Howlett,
Let's nail it.
all his tries were all over the place.
Dougie Howlett,
Also-
the legend.
Also, just to add to that,
He played what? Which club did he play for overseas?
He's good in the pub, Dougie Howlett. He's unreal in the pub. He's awesome.
So it's Dougie Howlett, Jean's mate from Munster. But he's a good player, very good rugby player. Okay, guys, the
Great
Betway
guy.
section. Sculler the Oracle. I'll hand over the baton to you.
Oh my word! I've got something
Craig
right.
Casey being man of the match. You got that right.
The what?
Craig
Predicted
Casey.
that the Lions, no, it can't be, that Munster
Would win.
by 7 points. You got that right. So he's won our highest score ever to date.
Oh, stop
8 out
it,
of 10
boys.
points. Schalkberger on fire.
Stop it.
And sadly, Jean and I got all our predictions wrong. Well, I'm being consistent with that.
I should never go with you again.
So these forfeits, we're going to have to cancel 1 or 2 forfeits.
Hello, we're doing
I've got
it-
so
Then
many
you only have
forfeits.
15 left.
Guys, but we're putting in an extra episode of Shimmy's forfeits.
Yeah. We still got to we'll do that Irish dance story. We haven't bailed out of that one. It just took us by surprise today.
It did.
Okay.
Shimmy, have you got anything right in the last
No, I'm
6
about to
weeks?
get this one now. I'm going to hit form now. Finals time, I'm getting.
I can go.
Okay, this Betway match of the weekend is the Champions Cup final. Leinster versus Bordeaux in Bilbao.
Bilbao.
The Barney in Bilbao. Categories, winning margin. I got Leinster by 2 points.
Yokalokis.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bordeaux by 9.
I'm going to go Bordeaux by 14.
Man of the match. Josh van der Vlier.
Jelly bear.
Jalibert.
Okay. First try scorer. Leinster to start quickly. I'd go James Lowe.
I'm going to go Pierre Berry.
I think Leinster's going to start quick this weekend. So their hooker, Sheehan. Dan Sheehan for the first try.
Okay, that's it for this weekend. You get all these markets, plus many more. They're available to bet on individually in the Betway app which you can download now via the link in our bio. All right, chaps, that's it for today's show.
That's it, eh?
Yay.
It was so good to
From
be
the site.
together.
From the site.
From our building site, man.
So don't forget to let us know what we want to put in our new studio. We can't wait to see what the comments have
We
to
need
say.
a name for our studio.
Also, a name for the studio. That's quite a cool one. You're adding value now, my
Thank
boy.
you.
Well done. We good?
See you next week.
See you next Monday. Good to see you, boys.
Thanks, Shim.
Thank you very much for watching another episode of the Boks Unpacked. You can catch all the Champions Cup final this weekend on your World of Champions Super Sports, and we on Wednesday night at 7. It is now time to seal up the box. Thank you very much. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, boys.